All right. Welcome back. 2 in 1 day. What? This is Shenanigans with Angel.
I'm Becky.
And this is our bonus episode.
Bonus.
I wonder if we can put in, we probably can't put in any of Alfred Hitchcock's music with the birds because that's copyright. I'm not paying for that.
No, but I did watch that scene the other day from the birds.
When she was outside, when they started gathering on
I feel like, did you send that to me?
Probably.
I think you did send it to me.
For TikTok.
Yeah. And I was watching it and I was like, this is real funny.
Real
funny.
I have to send you, I went out to eat at a new place in town, and there were pictures of birds up on the walls, and I was like,
why would you do that?
Click, click. I thought it was a quiet bird.
Why would a person do that? Why would you put birds? Why would you do that? They belong outside. Just leave them out there. Just leave them outside.
Sometimes birds get inside buildings.
It's rude when they do it too. I don't appreciate that. And it makes
It's true.
I
was
feel
there.
Unsafe, and I feel attacked.
So here we are in our bonus episode here because people were wondering, why is it a big deal to Becky that there were birds inside of the airport when we had our long travel day where we spent hours inside the airport with bad coffee and birds. And so today,
bad coffee is one thing. Like we can suck down a bag.
We figured it out.
But when there are small birds, just dive.
And they were small.
Dive bombing. They're like, I know this is an exaggeration. I understand that, but they're this close to my head.
For those of you listening, she did the little inch with the fingers thing.
Yeah, they were
right up by my head.
But that's where they were.
And this is a great example of how two people can share an experience and have completely different stories and memories about the same experience.
Well, because when you're scared of something, it's very scary and it's very real and it's happening to you and it's in your face.
It's true. So today we're going to dive in to Miss Rebecca's brain, and we're gonna figure out.
Hold on to your butts, cause
hold on to those cheeks.
Going in there, it's real scary.
So we've got Dr. Angel here.
Oh, hey, Dr. Angel.
And we're going to analyze it. I'm gonna tell you different things that are made up about the feelings you have for these birds, as a friend does, and how you can get over it. Come to me for the advice.
Don't try immersive therapy because that is what my parents did.
Snap.
Doesn't.
All right.
Work.
So everybody's butts are holding.
Okay.
They're held.
All right.
Held on to. And so, Becky, tell us, why don't you like the majestic birds that grace our skylines and poo on our heads?
Yeah, that's about what they're good for. Pooping on things.
Yeah.
I don't know what birds are. I mean, somebody weigh in on the comments and tell me what the birds are good for.
Oh, and also, real quick disclaimer, we did have someone last week who was like, I love birds, and I'm like, I'm sorry, Becky does not.
I apologize. I didn't see that.
So if you love birds,
where was that? What?
Remember I sent it to you? She was like, oh, I love the birds.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
But that's okay.
It's fine.
If you love birds, you might not want to listen to this one.
Do you if you love birds?
And it's okay.
It comes from a place of.
It's like I get nervous around bees, but it was traumatic to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah,
because you can experience your own kinds of traumas. Yes, exactly. And so she's not like saying death to all birds. I mean, she kind of is, but she's
I'm definitely
not
saying death to all birds.
But
for sure.
Disclaimer, she doesn't really want all birds to die.
Oh no, I do.
But in real life, some birds can live.
Nah, we don't need it. We're fine without them. Death to all birds.
So if you love birds, trigger warning. That's what I needed to say. Trigger warning. Because that's what we say
Death to
before
all
we
birds.
talk about things that could be traumatic for us. Trigger warning, Becky. We're talking about birds.
Don't like them.
Swoop. Flap,
Don't
flap.
like them. Okay, so picture it. Sicily, 1922. Just kidding. No, Grace Harbor. When I was a kid, my mom, who's an angel on earth, she's just the sweetest, most wonderful, legitimately person that I've ever known in my entire life. But she loved all of God's creatures, and most especially birds. She loves birds. And so we had, at any given time, about 13 to 15. I think that's probably accurate. Birds. Different types. She had cockatiel and parakeets and
How many pairs of Keats did she have?
several.
Dad joke.
And most especially her favorite bird was a little yellow canary named
Oh,
Sam.
Sam.
And it was
Sam the yellow canary.
after a classic movie that she loved, and I can't remember the name of it. But the person who had this pet bird would say, "Sing it again, Sam," and the little bird would tweet, tweet, tweet.
Aww.
And it was cute. And this bird was quite lovely and very smart, and just a loving pet, really.
Mm-hmm.
And for people who love birds and have birds as pets, they sometimes, my mom would every day let these birds just fly throughout the house. Just
Unattended.
Flying
around.
willy-nilly, just flying around the house. Because that's what you do when you have birds. And I was fine with it, actually. Really loved them. I loved these birds. And we had just gotten home from a church thing, and I had a dress on. And she had the birds out flying around. And Sam, the little cute little canary, flew up my dress. Flew up the dress.
Just went on in there.
In the dress.
Unaccompanied, unannounced, uninvited.
Uninvited. And because I think I was like twirling around.
Well, of course.
You know how you do.
That's what you do when you're a girl and you wear a dress.
And I
You
believe
spin.
it had pockets.
Oh, see, that's the
So I'm
best
spinning
kind
around,
of dress.
Bird flies up the dress, and so I obviously freaking out,
Mhm.
pushing it down.
For those of you listening, she is
Slapping
literally
and, like,
freaking out right now and
freaking
slapping her
out.
body.
Good.
7:53
All
is the
over.
time if you want to see it on YouTube.
And from said freaking out, I killed it.
Oh no!
Sorry.
Trigger warning: the bird died.
Yeah, trigger
Sorry.
warning.
Sorry, Sam.
And I think that really the trauma of it comes from that part where it's
It-
you're feeling attacked, but
Yeah.
also because I
'Cause
just
it
killed
died.
my mom's
Yeah.
animal that she loved. She
Aw.
loved that animal, and I felt so bad. And so a lot of it was from the part of having it inside my dress and being.
Yeah.
It was.
Absolutely, you
No.
were assaulted.
Yeah, and I think I was maybe 8 or 9.
So
somewhere
she's just
between there.
little.
And my mom was devastated. And so I felt bad, and the bird was dead, and I was assaulted. But mostly about the feeling bad part, because
Yeah.
my parents were not happy with me. And
But it wasn't your
I would
fault.
love to remind them,
Birds go in cages.
uninvited. The bird was uninvited. It's not like I was like, "Hey, you want to fly up my dress?" And
He did
I'll-
not have consent.
No, he didn't.
Consent was not given or issued.
And so from then on, I was absolutely horrified at
Yeah.
even the presence of a bird. And she still had them. My entire life growing up, she still had.
So you were
all the birds.
tortured constantly
Yeah.
by the reminder of an unattended bird in your your undercarriage area, and the fact that when things go in your unders, they die.
Yeah. Just mine. When things-
Just birds, though.
That's the.
Tim's still alive. Oh,
He's-
sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. I would say I'd cut that out, but I won't.
No,
so.
don't. It's just a fact. It's what happened.
Yeah. We did not sign up for this to be for kids. Like, we keep it pretty tame, but it's not for kids.
Oh yeah, please don't let your kids listen to this.
I mean, unless they're of a certain age or whatever, but
Do you?
sometimes things will just come out.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, she had them still throughout my life growing up, and she was sweet about it. If she wanted to let them be out in the house, she would let me know, and I would just stay in my room.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an irrational fear. I understand that, but there is nothing I can do about it. And it's not gonna go away.
No.
And it's not. It's oddly enough, it's not all birds. To be perfectly honest, anything that's large is fine. Like crows, anything crow size and above.
So
I'm not
a
afraid of
flamingo would be fine.
I'm not afraid of any
A
of them.
flamingo tried to attack me once.
Well, that's not very nice.
Flamingos aren't as nice as they would
No,
seem.
they are actually quite aggressive.
Yeah.
As just a species.
Yeah.
They're very aggressive animals.
It was in I think it was in Canada, one of those nature museum things on a trip in Victoria. And they had animals out. They had a butterfly room. Like, it was really cool.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
It was awesome. But I was on a bench and there was like water and there were flamingos. They were just all about, and I put my hands and gripped the back of the bench, and it like flew its head down like it was gonna get my hand, so I had to pull him back, and I was like, dude, flamingos are jerks.
They're scary.
Yeah.
Well, I bet they thought your fingers were food because they eat shrimp.
Oh, see?
That's
my
how
shrimpy little fingers.
That's how they turn pink, is from eating shrimp.
The shrimps?
Mm-hmm.
Shrimps. I love shrimps.
Yeah.
I love a shrimp.
But yeah, just small birds.
Yeah.
Don't care for the small birds.
So there we go.
Fine with the big birds.
People were wondering what the deal was, and now you can all feel like jerks that you made her share her story about birds, Justin. My husband was like, why does she hate birds? And I was like, I can't tell you. I can't tell you the whole story.
Well, now you know, sir.
Now you know.
And there it is.
It's because she whopped a bird once that was in her unders, and it died.
Whopped it to death.
Whopped it.
Whopped it to death.
Whop, 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 whop.
And what
Turn
makes
around,
it worse
Dan.
is
Yeah.
that people that I've shared that with in the past, like dudes, because they think they're funny, will make me like walk through bird terrariums.
What?
And such things. Yeah.
That's rude.
I'm not gonna name any names, Will Smoss, but
Will?
you know, yeah.
Rude. That's her brother-in-law. Family. You saw what happened
You know what you did.
to John's family.
I'm not
You don't
gonna
cross
kill
the
him.
crazy ones in your family.
I'm not gonna kill him. I'm just gonna torture him for the rest of his life.
Oh, well, you're not a marksman.
No.
So.
No. Mm-mm. That I am not.
And you don't want to be out in the woods because
No, it's me.
that's where the birds
nature
are.
Not
But
super
hiking's
close.
fine though. We've been on hikes.
Oh, we love to hike.
Mhm.
Oh, that one
Hiking's
is
fine.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
But
the one
just
thing
tiny
about
birds
the
should
Pacific
just back
Northwest
up.
is the hiking trails are fantastic.
The layout of the hiking trails, yes. Hiking trails are nice. There's a lot of great things. And it's not like you can't be around it. She can be outside with the birds. It's just when we're indoors.
Indoors is not where the birds belong. They don't belong there. Don't put the birds
No
inside.
free roaming birds in the house.
Nope.
So that's why we
airports.
were calling them Satan songbirds.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the little ones you have to watch out for, just like with dogs.
Yeah,
The little ones.
ones. They're always more
People
aggressive.
think that they don't have to train small dogs. You still have to train them.
No, you absolutely
Because
should.
they can learn. They can learn to behave. But people are like, oh my gosh, that's so funny.
They're
It's
just
not
more-
funny when your
they're-
chihuahua bites my ankle.
No, they're just more stubborn.
Train your dogs.
But they're also very
They are
smart.
stubborn, but you can train a stubborn dog.
Yes.
You can train them not to be so aggressive.
Mhm.
But people think it's funny.
It's not funny.
It's not funny.
No.
No free roaming birds, no mean little dogs. Train them. And I'm sorry if you're someone who has an untrained small dog, but it's inappropriate.
Train it.
Train
Train
the
it.
dog.
So
This
what-
turned into an animal thing.
Yeah,
Remember to always spay and neuter your pet.
Okay, Bab Barker.
Bab.
Bab.
Call me Babs Barker.
Babs Barker.
Call me Babs. No, I'm not Babs. I'm New Jersey.
Oh
because
my gosh.
Lucas said so. The
guy
karaoke guy on the cruise.
Yeah, he's funny.
He was going to get punched. Not by me,
no,
but by other people.
Because he was being super...
He was catty.
Very.
He was catty.
He was the catty.
He was...
Feminine?
He was a catty fellow.
Yes. And not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, I thought it was
I have no
hilarious,
problem with
but
it.
that's because he wasn't going to say anything about me because I'm awesome.
Yeah,
he was teasing.
Mm-hmm.
But I walked up there confidently, which is why he was like, "Oh, you're from Jersey?" No.
It was like it must have been
the hair, the attitude,
and the makeup, and the
sparkles,
earrings, or
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. Everywhere I go, I have attitude.
Mm-hmm.
I have to walk up that way.
So because
but I'm always
that,
smiling.
He thought you were from
like I'm not assuming or anything. I'm not like
no.
For those of you listening, I'm making a super scary face.
She's trying to be intimidating.
I got an intimidating posture going on. My husband would be like, "Oh my gosh, you're so cute." Whenever I try to be intimidating, he's like, "Oh my gosh, you're so cute." Like suddenly I'm a puppy.
I do that.
I'm a puppy trying to be big.
I do that to Tim too, though.
Right?
Because he'll do the trying to be intimidating thing. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
He's so adorable." He is though. He has to be in his job.
Oh yeah,
has
for sure.
to be.
Mm-hmm. Corrections officer.
Corrections officer. Don't step to him. Becky's puffing her chest and putting her arms out like tough. But you know what you reminded me of?
What?
Men in Black, the very first one.
Oh my gosh, yes!
When he's walking through and sugar water.
Ask for sugar water?
That was a really good
Not
impression of the lady.
Water or sugar?
Like sugar water?
Sugar water? And so I gave him sugar water, and he wanted more sugar water. It's like she couldn't enunciate the word.
No,
It wasn't sugar water. It was sugar water.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like we've said, we quote movies a lot or shows, but it's just it's the way our minds work.
Mm-hmm. I always relate it to something that I've seen in a movie or on TV.
Yep.
Sometimes in books, not always in books, because I don't read books as often.
We're reading books.
We are now reading books.
I have a hammock where I can read books, but I read like thrillers and stuff, and it's not always things people want to talk about because it's crazy.
Them, though,
yeah, it's interesting.
When you're reading a thriller, it's more exciting, and so you get more into it.
Well, except for I've noticed when I'm like my outdoors, my outback side out there. I talk good. Sometimes my brain is like way ahead of my mouth, and then I just sound like an idiot.
I posted something yesterday on Facebook about that.
You did, and I was like, my brain talk better than my mouth speak.
Brain speak good.
Brain smarter than mouth talk. That's how it is.
It's true too, and
it's
I'll
so
walk away
true.
from situations 9 out of 10 times, and
you're
just like, that wasn't my best work.
Like, oh, it's where'd you get that suit? The toilet store? Anchorman? He says even the guy who can't think says something, and sometimes I feel like Brick.
Carell's character.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like Brick.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm just like,
Lame.
got that at the toilet store. Brick killed a guy. It did. I had a trident and everything. Anyway, my backyard is the word I was looking for, is very forest-like. And so I have a hammock in between two trees. I have a ton of super tall trees, like 100 feet tall. They're very big.
Awesome.
It's awesome. And I'll be laying in my hammock in the backyard alone, reading these thrillers and these psychological killers, which are so interesting to read about. But then I'll be like looking around at every little snapping twig, like just darting around. And I'm just like, oh, I heard something in the bushes. It's probably a killer. Like my head's on a swivel.
Oh yeah, and I do the same thing when I'm working. I listen to true crime podcasts, and you get really into them.
Get sucked in.
And I'm always alone when I'm working, and I'll just hear something, and I'm like, is that the murderer?
She is literally looking around right now. We have a window behind us.
Murderer's here to kill me.
Well, somebody could totally come behind us and be in the window. Nobody comes in my yard.
Now they're behind me.
No,
Or
they
like
wouldn't get far. I have
You
cameras.
watch a scary movie and you're certain that scary character is
Oh.
now in your closet or under your bed.
Right outside the window. You go to close the curtains, but you're afraid because they're standing there.
Yep.
You're like, nope, I can't do that. Or the King from Burger King.
Yeah,
That dude's creepy.
Why?
I don't know. That's weird. It's weird to me.
I'm
I
not
didn't
into
like
it.
that series where he was at the door with the burger.
Yeah, why?
I don't need that
I
burger.
will call the police.
I will shoot you with the gun I do not own.
Yep.
But it's going to appear when I need it.
Yep.
Magical gun. Shows up in circumstances. It's a God gun.
Yeah.
Just shows up. But yeah, we keep our heads on a swivel because of all the shows. I don't answer the door. Even if they're in a uniform, there's not anybody there.
Why is somebody coming to your door?
To quote IT Crowd, this is London. It's not like it's somebody with cake. Moss says. An unanswered door is a happy door.
Yep.
I will talk to you through my Ring camera, and if your story doesn't check out, no. My husband's also looking at the Ring camera, so even if I'm not home, he's gonna be like, what do you want?
Yeah. Yep. Fresh air is for dead people, to quote our favorite podcast.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Morbid.
Never sleep on the couch. That's another thing they say too. Lock your windows.
Lock your windows and doors. I don't care what neighborhood you live in.
It's a great neighborhood. It is until it isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's a wonderful neighborhood until your neighbor gets murdered.
Yep.
Because your door was locked, but theirs was not. Lock your doors and windows. Put those sticks in them so it can't be opened. Grab cameras.
Yes.
People are crazy. Don't trust people in uniforms either. No. That's how some of them get in your house.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't answer the door.
Nope.
They'd come up in full police garb and I'd be like, what do you want? Yep. Who are you? Okay, let me call the precinct real quick. Give me that badge number so that I can make sure you're legit. I actually have friends in the sheriff's office. Let me text them real quick, see if you're a real person, and then I'll open my door for you. But until then, I know people can rent uniforms. I'm no fool.
Oh, yeah.
Not getting me. Not
Party
today.
scene.
Not today, serial killers. Mess with the wrong girl.
That's right.
That's why I listen to all of them and figure out their ruses.
Stay woke.
Not gonna kill me. Oh, but like not in a way that I'm asking for it. As I put it out there, you're not gonna get me. I don't mean it as a
I mean, like, I'm just
don't try it.
Don't you do it.
I'm not putting it out there as a test.
No. This is
Competition.
not a test. This is not a test.
No. And if you are thinking that, I do own a gun. In case you were thinking anything.
I swallowed my coffee. You can say that again.
I almost made Becky take over all of our equipment because my face was super convincing.
Nope.
Whoop.
Not doing that.
Yeah. So anyway, that was our short story about birds. In our bonus episode about birds and serial killers, apparently, and catty karaoke men.
We just really went off on a tangent there, didn't we?
Every tangent we can find.
That's right.
We fell off the tangent tree and hit every branch on the way down.
Heck yeah.
That's a thing. Tangent tree?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it rabbit trails?
No,
I'll go down a rabbit hole.
Tangent tree now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what type of fruit it produces. Tangerines. Oh!
Oh my gosh, you should have seen her face. She said tangerines and instantly she was so impressed with herself. I love it. She's so proud. Here I was trying to think of something witty and she's tangerines! Tangerines on the tangent tree.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. So remember to get your tangerines from your tangent tree and shuttle on over and listen to our full episode. This was just our bonus episode of birds and serial killers. Oh, and actually, on the bonus episode, because we didn't mention it on the regular episode, with our true crime and stuff like that, the things we're talking about, we're also going to talk about like local haunted places, and
Oh,
we're
yeah.
getting ready at some point, we haven't decided when, to take a trip to Tokeland to a haunted hotel.
It's gonna be good.
We have researched which room gets the most action, who their ghost is, and we are prepared. We don't know when, but we will keep you posted on that one.
I'm excited.
I'm like nervously excited. Like, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I'm also quite skeptical. Like, I'm always like, let me find the reason why this happened. Oh,
And
that
see,
door
I'm
opened
not
because
skeptical. It's a thing. It's there.
she's like, it's there. And I'm like, well, the door was open, creating a vortex,
I'm
right?
coming in with the Holy Spirit. Come
Right?
on in with us, Holy Spirit.
Oh,
You're with
always.
us.
Jesus is always with us.
Armed.
Because if that ghost is a demon, it's going down. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna get into it here because I know that exists. So I'm always curious, like, what is it? Like, what is a ghost?
Yeah.
Is it a demon in disguise?
What are the facts
Yeah.
behind this story?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I know that things happen, and I know, like, we've both had experiences of our own, and so we know that there's stuff going on. So we are going to bravely go to places that
We're
are.
gonna boldly go where
we're gonna-
nobody goes. No
Well,
one
I mean,
goes.
other people go,
Yeah, lots of people have been there.
but not us. We haven't gone yet, and we're going to experience it for you because we're gonna go in with our cameras. We won't have like EMF and stuff like that. Like, we're not ghost hunters.
No, we just want to feel it out.
We just want to go.
Yeah.
Also, I heard there's good restaurant there. So even if we don't come away having been ghost slapped, we'll at least have some good food.
Heck yeah.
And we'll have some good pictures, and we'll tell you the story about the Chinese immigrant person that haunts it. So be on the lookout for that, because we'll figure out a weekend where we can go down and we will hit you up with some live things.
It's gonna be good.
So you gotta like and follow us. Don't follow us to Tokeland though. Maybe we won't tell you when we go. We'll
Yeah.
just come back and be like, we were there.
Dun, dun, dun.
We don't need. Dun, dun, dun. Boom. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Bonus episode. Cue the music. Here it comes in post because I can't do it live. We are not that kind of setup right now. Maybe down the road we will.
Yep.
But right now I'll just add it in. So pretend it's going right now. Well, you can hear it. We'll pretend it's going. That's good. Good stuff. All right. We'll
It's a little
catch you
headbanger.
next time with more bonus episodes in the second part of our John Tornow, the Wild Man of Wainucci. But that's why
Tune
Becky
in.
doesn't like birds. And we're still waiting on an artist to draw us Satan's songbird. Now you know it could be canary shaped if you so are led there. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.